The new YBA is not good. I'm just gonna flat out say it. I think there's so many problems with the new YBA, like the fact that the new Scary Monsters rework has a 100% combo with spin. Or the fact that the game has a lot of hackers. Or maybe the fact that they made Pluck really good. They also have the community worrying on updates. Updates. I don't think there's a single gaming community out there where they have to worry about if the game will be playable for a period of time. And the new video that Uzu posted about the Sticky Fingers rework trailer, Screaming Child 123 said, and I quote, "Can't wait for the 150 damage Sticky Fingers vamp combo, and then for something else to be broken on spin for 6 months." The sad part is that this isn't the only comment like that. If you go to the video, which I'll post in the description, you can see almost every single comment expressing their concern. And the fact that we all know that the devs over at YBA won't change it for at least 3 months makes the game just completely unplayable. Just like the Vampire spec rework. That spec was completely broken for 3 months. Having a counter that has basically no startup and freezes for 4 seconds, allowing for anybody to get a free combo is crazy to me. I'm at least glad that they changed it so you can't get any combo off of it. Well, you still can. Something like Oblivion of Death and the Space Ripper Stingy Eyes will still work. They also made the counter and Oblivion of Death slow people down when affected. I can't tell you how many times I've tried to play the game and I couldn't move because the slow lasts for so long. And that allows my enemy to get like a free combo because I just can't move. Another problem that have occurred before is just, counters in general. Counters in this game are stupid and I don't think they should exist. Especially if the person trying to pull off a counter is lagging. I've had problems before where I've been barraging somebody and they just counter mid-barrage because they're lagging. But lagging is a problem in itself. But in my opinion, I think it's stupid that you can counter mid-true combo. An M1 combo is supposed to be true. But if you're fighting someone that has a counter ability, that combo that is quote-unquote true isn't really true anymore, because you can just throw it around willy-nilly and face no repercussions. Because no one expects to counter mid-combo. To me, that completely ruins the point of counters. A counter is supposed to be a punish move, not some move that you could throw out and barely get punished. Having 2 counters is even worse. With a vamp counter, if you actually manage to hit it, which it's really easy to hit, you could do Space Ripper Stingy Eyes, Oblivion of Death into Space Ripper Stingy Eyes, and by the time they get up, the 8-second cooldown that's supposed to help prevent double counters will be over. So you could just counter again and do another combo off of that. So like for example, Sea Moon, if you have your counter, you could do your vamp counter first into the Oblivion of Death and the Space Ripper Stingy Eyes, and by the time they get up and they try to hit you again, you could use your Sea Moon counter, your Uppercut to the Moon, and your Gravitational Shift and all your moves and whatnot, and by the end of the Uppercut to the Moon, when you get sent flying and all the combos are done and whatnot, your vamp counter will be back. And you could just keep rinse and repeating this cycle over and over and over and over again, and it is the most annoying thing ever. So double counters, in order to fix it, he needs to make, or specifically Uzu needs to make the counter duration between each other, he needs to make those longer. He needs to make the universal cooldown longer, because without it, it's just no matter what you do, you're just gonna get double countered. I think another problem is the specs, specifically boxing. They nerfed boxing to the ground. I really am hoping for a reversion because I felt like the nerfs hit too hard. They just made the liver shot completely useless. It had such a long end lag that you could get punished for landing it. And with the fact that boxing got reduced by 25% damage, it just makes it completely trash. It only does like 10 damage with small amounts of bleed. Especially with the new combos in this game, getting punished is definitely not something that you want to do. To have a move in a specs kit that is so bad to the point where it's not even worth going for, it's just not good. In my opinion, the only good specs are Vamp, Hammond, and Pluck. Speaking of Pluck, it's becoming an issue. They recently buffed Pluck's damage by 20%, allowing for some nasty combos. I've been playing the World AU Pluck, and man, that is so overpowered. That's like a free 80% combo. But there's some like specific moves that are problems, like time stop. You know, I don't really think that there will ever be a game that can fix time stop. But if you're against somebody that can actually play the game, if you get time stopped, it's just over. The fact that you could get over 20 or 50% of someone's health that isn't using a time stop resistant stand is stupid. Especially with a stand that does massive damage like 12 or Star Platinum the world. If you don't have a time stop resistant stand, you were just always at a 50% health disadvantage. I also feel like projectile based stands like Tusk Act 4 or Twal are just so overpowered with Vamp. Vamp has a thing called hyper regeneration, which basically means you heal a shit amount of health really fast if you have your blood bar active. So for projectile based stands, even if you hit a combo on them, they can just run away and heal back the full passively, all while being able to hit you from halfway across the map with projectiles. I can't even tell you how frustrating it is to play against runners that shit or spam projectiles while healing insanely fast because of Vamp. I think all of these problems show why a lot of players are leaving the game. That's gonna be all from me. Bye. Please subscribe.